What's going on, guys? It's that guy with movies back here again, and welcome to part 2 of my DVD collection. So in this video we are going to be showing this shelf, and then finally this shelf. Obviously not the Blu-rays, but yeah, we're going to be finishing off these 3 shelves today. It's not going to be like last time. Of course there's a lot of movies to show, but not as many as part 1 because I had the stuff on top to show you guys, and then, I had the stuff on top to show you guys and everything. But in this video, I'm just going to be showing, this stuff and everything. So, these 3 shelves. So, without further ado, let's get started with the first shelf. Alright, this is the first shelf of movies here, and, well, the first kind of sub-shelf, I guess you can say. So, I'll just show you guys what I have on here. I just have a couple 3D glasses, and that's pretty much about it. Just have an open pair for right there. And then I have a, a sealed pair of, real 3D glasses. I just thought they were kind of cool. But anyway, though, guys, let's get on with the movies, I guess. So, first one on this shelf is The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And then we have all 4 Lethal Weapon movies. So we have, actually, the first 3 I have the director's cut ones of. So I have Lethal Weapon 2, Lethal Weapon 3, and then finally, I don't think they actually even released a director's cut of it, Lethal Weapon 4, but, kind of OCD-ish with that there because, I have the director's cut of the first 3, but not the 4th one. They never made a 4th director's cut for some reason. Then we have The Longest Yard, this being the original 74 version. I used to have the remake with Adam Sandler, but I think I got rid of it. Liar Liar, that one was pretty good, I think. Little Giants. License to Kill, one of the few, can't believe I'm saying this, one of the few Bond movies I've seen. I haven't actually seen a whole lot of the Bond movies. I've seen the new Daniel Craig movies. I think I've seen one of the Pierce Brosnan ones. And I've seen one of the Dalton ones. And I think I've seen bits and pieces of some more ones. And then bits and pieces of a Connery one. But License to Kill is one of the few I've seen the whole way through, and it's pretty enjoyable. I like this one. I don't mind Timothy Dalton's take on Bond. The Last Waltz, Little Monsters. Apparently this one is out of print still. Lost in America. If you guys have not seen this movie, I'd really recommend checking it out. It's a very overlooked 80s movie. That's an excellent movie. And then, of course, we have Little Shop of Horrors. I believe it was adapted from a stage play. I can't remember, but that's the 86 movie. The Lady Killers, The Lost Boys, The Last Samurai, The Lost World, this coming with the 60s version, and then the 1925 black and white version. Then I might just go like this now. Life of Brian, the Immaculate Edition, Logan's Run, Lawrence of Arabia, this one being the Super Bit release. Las Vegas, The Legend of Drunken Master. I believe I showed you guys the first Drunken Master in the first part. The Last Castle, LA Confidential, The Long Kiss Goodnight, The Little Mermaid, this being the Platinum Edition release. Labyrinth, Little Miss Sunshine, Leap of Faith. This one's not too bad of a movie. If you guys haven't seen this one, I recommend checking it out. It's kind of obscure, kind of overlooked Steve Martin goodness. He's kind of like this faith healer. The Lawnmower Man, The Last of the Mohicans, this one being the director's expanded edition that I believe is a couple minutes longer. La Bamba, of course, probably one of my favorites of all time. That is such a great movie. Great biopic as well. Love Story, Like Father, Like Son. One of these few Ultimate Editions I have in my collection. I believe probably the only one I have in my collection. The Legend one with Tom Cruise, of course, and Tim Curry. Lean on Me, Legend of the Black Scorpion, which is another Dragon Dynasty. That's number 24. Lights Out, Love Actually, Lady Hawk, that's out of print, I believe. Lost in Translation, La Femme Nikita, the Leprechaun triple feature, which comes with the first 3 movies. I still have yet to get for the one in space, I believe. A Lot Like Love, Legends of the Guardians, The Elves of Ga'Hoole, Legally Blonde 2, Red, White, and Blonde, Life or Something Like It, The Last Boy Scout, and Live and Let Die. So that's it for this shelf. So now we'll go on to the next shelf here. And I have a couple more things I have to show you guys here. This is something I actually picked up at the comic book store. It was like free. And this is like a the Continental, the hotel in John Wick. It's just to kind of just promote John Wick Chapter 3 there. But I just thought it was kind of cool just to kind of put it on display. I know you guys probably can't see it if it's like right there, but I just thought it was kind of cool. It was free. I just decided to grab a couple of those. And of course I have my Leonidas action figure. That one's really, really cool actually. I really love that figure. So now we'll go down here and see what I have. We have The Living Daylights, which is the other Timothy Dalton movie. He didn't last very long as Bond. He only did 2 before I think he quit. Look Who's Talking. I don't have the other 2 for that one. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. This is the locked and loaded director's cut of it, which you don't see very often. I see the theatrical version a lot, but not this director's cut. Then we have Lucas. Lucas is a pretty good 80s movie about, you know, this Corey Haim, and he's in like high school, and it's about football and that. Charlie Sheen is in it as well. Lord of the Flies, the 90s version. Mean Machine, this one is a little bit different, I guess. I don't see this one a whole lot in anybody's collection, but apparently it's kind of like The Longest Yard, but it's soccer instead of football. Well, football if you live in the UK, but it's soccer. The Mask, you know, gotta love The Mask. Malcolm X, the 2-disc special edition. Then we have the first 3 Mission Impossible movies. So we have the special collector's edition of Mission Impossible, which I don't mind the first one. I think it's a pretty good movie. It's definitely different than the original or the newer ones, of course. You know, like Fallout or Ghost Protocol and that. It's different. It doesn't really have a whole lot of action in it, but it's still a pretty good movie. And of course we have Mission Impossible 2. This one is the worst one out of all of them. And then we have Mission Impossible 3, one of the better ones out of all of them. I really like this one, actually. Philip Seymour Hoffman is fantastic in that movie, and I just really like the action. And of course it was I believe J.J. Abrams' first movie, actually, that he directed, which is a little neat tidbit of information. Then we have Maverick, and then we have Mars Attacks, My Boyfriend's Back, My Blue Heaven, Mannequin. I do not have Mannequin 2, but I heard that one's pretty awful. The first Mannequin I don't mind. Marked for Death, Metro, The Man in the Iron Mask, Midnight Express, this being the 30th anniversary edition. It comes with a little booklet and everything, so it's a pretty neat little set there. Then we have The Manchurian Candidate. This one is the 1962 black and white version, and then we have the 2004 remake with Denzel. Then we have another Denzel movie here, Man on Fire. This being the All Access Collector's Edition, number 18. For that little fox line there. Those ones are pretty cool, actually. Then we have The Man with the Golden Gun. I believe I've seen bits and pieces of this one, and I don't think I ever actually finished watching it, but I've seen bits and pieces of it. I probably should get around to watching more of like the older Bonds. Of course, like I said, I've seen all the Daniel Craig ones and everything. Then we have Munich. Mr. and Mrs. Smith unrated. This one is collector's edition number 27. The Mask of Zorro. I really like that cover art there. The Z is shiny. Then we have Mallrats, the 10th anniversary extended edition. It comes with both versions on here. So the theatrical version is like an hour and a half, and then the extended version is about 2 hours. A little bit long for a Kevin Smith movie, but you know, it's an extended version. What can you do? Then we have Meet the Parents and then Meet the Fockers. Those are both pretty good movies. I don't know which one I like better. I think Meet the Parents is better, and then Meet the Fockers was not bad, but could have been a whole lot better, though. I've not seen Little Fockers, though, and I do not have Little Fockers in my collection, so there's that one. Memento, if you guys can see what that is, it's Memento. This is a pretty neat version that has like the really kind of confusing menus in it that you have to like click on different pictures and everything. It's kind of confusing, but if you Google it, it kind of gives you solutions to it. Then we have Memphis Belle, The Mummy Returns, Memoirs of a Geisha, Matchstick Men, Minority Report. Minority Report is a fantastic movie. Mr. Destiny, Magnum Force, The Mechanic. I do not have Mechanic Resurrection, though. The Mean Season, My Science Project, Monster, Mulan, Mississippi Burning, Mirrors, Music and Lyrics, The Mighty Ducks, and then $1 Million Arm. So that's it for that shelf. So now we'll move on to the third shelf here. So we have Money for Nothing, Miracle on 34th Street, this being the original, the 47 version. Then we have Misery. Misery is an awesome movie. Miracle, Mortal Kombat. You gotta have Mortal Kombat in your collection. I'm really excited for the James Wan produced Mortal Kombat that's coming out in the next couple of years. Oddly enough, I have Men in Black 2. I actually got rid of the first Men in Black because I'm trying to find that special edition. But that's the only reason why I have Men in Black 2 in my collection. Maximum Overdrive, that's a great kind of cornball fest. Mary Poppins, the 40th Anniversary Edition with a really nice shiny cover. That's a pretty cool set. My Stepmother is an Alien. Moonstruck, Mean Girls, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. You guys will see The Road Warrior a little bit later, but Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, I have that on DVD. I have the first one in Fury Road on Blu-ray. The Man Without a Face, Mickey Blue Eyes, Murder at 1600, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, $1 Million Baby, Monty Python's Meaning of Life, Mobsters, The Man with Two Brains, Meatballs. I think they made like 3 sequels to Meatballs for some reason. I don't know if it was that popular. Mercury Rising, Me, Myself, and Irene. That's a really, really good movie. Men of Honor, Mr. Saturday Night, Men with Brooms, Murder in the First, My Soul to Take, Mystic River. I actually got rid of my old version for this one because this is the deluxe edition with the soundtrack. Then I have The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions. I should probably update my Matrix Reloaded DVD because it's the full screen version, and I should just get rid of that and get the widescreen version. I don't mind Reloaded. I really like the first Matrix. That one's pretty good. Reloaded was pretty good, and Revolutions I've not seen yet, but I know a lot of people really hate that one. My Fellow Americans, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, Money Train, The Mist, the 2-disc collector's edition where you also get the black and white version, The Master, Mrs. Doubtfire, the behind the scenes edition, My Bloody Valentine, My Cousin Vinny, Mystery Alaska, The Mosquito Coast, My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and the sequel here, which is another one of the library ones, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2. I enjoy both of those ones. Those are kind of just feel-good, kind of comedy wedding ones. Money Talks, North Shore, Needful Things, Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is an amazing movie. Jake Gyllenhaal, man, he's great in that one. Nashville, and then finally on the shelf, Not Without My Daughter. Oh, sorry about that. I just had to sit down. This one is a little bit tougher to get everything here. There we go. There's Next Friday. I told you guys I had the second Friday movie in my collection in part 1. Never Say Never Again. If you guys see this one out in public, or if you see this one thrifting, make sure you pick it up because this is the unofficial Bond movie and it's worth a lot of money. So be sure to, if you see that, pick that up. Next of Kin, New Jack City. This is the 2-disc special edition. Nighthawks, kind of an overlooked Sylvester Stallone one. Of course, probably one of my favorite trilogies of comedy movies, the Naked Gun ones. Those are fantastic. I love those ones. Navy SEALs, No Escape. No Escape was a pleasant surprise for me. I really like that one. So, of course, got Owen Wilson and Pierce Brosnan in it. That was a really good movie. The Natural, Night Shift, Now and Then. The Name of the Rose. If you see this one as well, be sure to pick it up because this one is also worth money. A lot of Sean Connery movies that are worth money for some reason. The Nightmare Before Christmas, gotta love that one. Napoleon Dynamite, Need for Speed, Neighbors. I do not have Neighbors 2. I think Neighbors 2 Sorority Rising or something like that. And Need for Speed as well. That was a really good movie, actually. I really enjoyed that one. I didn't think I would, but I did. And this Napoleon Dynamite one as well is the special edition, so you kind of got him dancing there. It's a pretty kind of cheap, lenticular card there. A Night at the Roxbury, National Lampoon's Vacation, National Lampoon's European Vacation, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and you guys will see Vegas Vacation a little bit later on. Then I have Night of the Living Dead. I used to have like the Anchor Bay version, but this is the one of the newer ones that I got, the Millennium Edition from Elite Entertainment. It's pretty cool, actually. I really like that cover design there. I kind of enjoy those editions of it. Then we have the Night of the Living Dead 90s remake, the Nutty Professor, the 60s version with Jerry Lewis, and then we have the 90s version with Eddie Murphy, which is a pretty kind of goofy movie. No Way Out, the number 23, the unrated version, Nothing in Common, A Nightmare on Elm Street, gotta love all these ones. This one is the Infinite Film version with the pretty neat slipcover. And then for the other ones, I just have the, the standard release of them. So we have Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors, or 2 is Freddy's Revenge, 3 is Dream Warriors. Dream Warriors is awesome. Then we have 4, The Dream Master, 5, The Dream Child, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, and then New Nightmare. I've not seen New Nightmare or Freddy vs. Jason or the remake, but I've seen all the other ones, and they're pretty enjoyable. Then we have Nixon, the Election Year Edition, which is the longer version, and the only version of Nixon that you can get on home video. Nobody's Fool, The Negotiator, Necessary Roughness, The Never-Ending Story, gotta love that one. North by Northwest, The Others, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which was one of the last things I ever bought at HMV. Out of Time, Once Upon a Time in the West, Old Yeller, and then finally Opportunity Knocks. And we've got one more shelf down here, so we'll just do it here. We've got Owning Mahoney, Out to Sea, One Crazy Summer, Overboard. Apparently there was a remake last year with Anna Faris in it. I still have yet to watch that one, and still have yet to watch this one as well. Then we have the 4 Film Favorites Oceans Collection, which has all 3 of the George Clooney and Brad Pitt ones, plus the original one with the Rat Pack in it. And I have Ocean's 8 on Blu-ray as well. I really liked Ocean's 8. I know a lot of people didn't, but I really liked it. Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? The One, this is another Superbit release. The Superbit releases are pretty cool. Too bad they don't have any special features on them, but, I can sacrifice special features for better quality. The Outlaw Josie Wales, On Deadly Ground, Outbreak, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, this is another Superbit release. On Her Majesty's Secret Service, the only George Lazenby Bond. He appeared in one movie, and that was it, because he wanted to go on to bigger and better things, but unfortunately that did not work out for him. Operation Condor, The Odd Couple, Out for Justice, 1 Hour Photo, The Outsiders. I thought that was the complete novel version at first, but I guess not. The Omega Man, Philadelphia, Payback. I've got 2 versions of Payback, actually. This is the first one, or this is the theatrical version, and then I have the straight up, the director's cut. Pale Rider, Paint Your Wagon, Paradise Hawaiian Style, The Power of One. The first 3 Parts of the Caribbean movies, I actually got rid of the 4th one because I hated it so much, but I have Curse of the Black Pearl, Dead Man's Chest, and then at World's End I have the 2-disc limited edition. Pan's Labyrinth, the complete Paranormal Activity collection. Well, there was one more, but this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the marked ones, which is number 5. I don't have the Ghost Dimension, though. The Package, Passenger 57, The Peacemaker, The Patriot, The Program, A Perfect World, Point of No Return, The Punisher. This one is the extended cut that runs about 2.5 hours. And then I have the 2-disc special edition of Punisher Warzone. I like that one better than the first one. Phone Booth, Pure Country, The People Under the Stairs, Patriot Games, The Proposal, Parenthood, The Pink Panther Strikes Again, Primal Fear, The Hard Evidence Edition, The Perfect Storm, and finally The Phantom of the Opera, the 80s one with Robert Englund. So that is it for this first shelf. So now we will go on to the second shelf. Alright guys, so this is shelf number 2 here. So I'll show you guys what I have on the shelves first for display, and then we will go right along into the collection. So the first shelf here, I just have this Hulk figure. He's pretty cool, I like that. And that's about it. So anyway though, let's get on with the movies here. So we have the 2-disc special widescreen edition of The Phantom of the Opera, this being the 2005 version, I believe, with Gerard Butler. Police Academy, the 20th anniversary special edition. Then I have a double feature here, Police Academy 2, Their First Assignment, and Police Academy 3, Back in Training. Play It to the Bone, Pay It Forward, Platoon, this being the special edition. The Professionals, Paths of Glory, Planet Terror, this is one half of the Grindhouse one, this is the extended and unrated version. I have Death Proof on a steelbook. Pump Up the Volume, Pink Cadillac, Patton, Pootie Tang, which I believe is still out of print, Poseidon, The Princess Bride, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Prefontaine, Pretty in Pink, the Everything's Ducky edition, The Prestige, The Pianist, this is just the regular 2-disc version, not the 3-disc one that has the score in it or whatever. Passchendaele, Peter Pan, the 2-disc Platinum edition, Powder Blue, which is the last movie Patrick Swayze was in before he passed away, Dario Argento's Phenomena, which is a horror movie that I almost never see. Maybe you guys see it a lot, but not in Canada here. Purple Rain, of course, this is Prince's kind of self-biopic thing, like 8 Mile was with Eminem. This is just the 80s version of that, and awesome soundtrack, but yeah, movie. It's not bad, I guess. The Producers, this is the original 60s version. Then we have Psycho. Of course, you gotta have Psycho in your collection. This is part of the Alfred Hitchcock collection. Then we have Psycho 2 and Psycho 3. You guys don't need to have those in your collection. Pacific Heights, Planet of the Apes, the 60s version, and then Planet of the Apes, the 2001 Tim Burton version. Predator, the collector's edition, which is number 15. Predator 2, Poltergeist, Pitch Black. And for Predator, I have Predators and The Predator on Blu-ray. Poltergeist, I do not have the other 2 sequels. Pitch Black, you guys saw Chronicles of Riddick in the last part, and I do not have Riddick, which was the newest one. Punchline, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, gotta love some classic John Hughes, Steve Martin, John Candy. Point Break, I don't really like this movie as much as other people do. The Postman, Quiz Show, The Queen, The Quick and the Dead, Quigley Down Under, Quantum of Solace, Quest for Fire, Raging Bull, which has this pretty neat little slipcover here. It's the United Artists 90th anniversary kind of thing. Rat Race, and then finally Raising Arizona. And then down here on the next shelf, I have another pair of 3D glasses, an open pair, and then I have my Thanos figure here. That's a really awesome looking figure. Fortunately, it is a little bit, it's a little bit cheap, but, you can't go wrong with the little Thanos. Anyway, though, this is now the next shelf. Real Genius, can't go wrong with some 80s Val Kilmer and everything. This is a pretty good movie. Rebel Without a Cause, this is the 2-disc special edition release. Then I have Ransom, the special edition. Revolutionary Road, Rear Window, another one of these Alfred Hitchcock ones that I have. I should probably get more of those, like Vertigo and everything, but I just never see them anywhere. Red Heat, the special edition. Then we have Raw Deal, RoboCop 2. If you're wondering why I just have RoboCop 2 on the shelf, it's because I have RoboCop, the first one, on a steelbook. I do not have RoboCop 3, and the remake I have on Blu-ray. But I can't wait for the new one. Apparently Neil Blomkamp is writing it, but hopefully that comes out sometime. The Replacement Killers, it's a pretty good movie. Resident Evil, the deluxe edition, and then we have just a couple sequels from it. We have the special edition of Resident Evil Apocalypse, that's the second one, and then Resident Evil Extinction, which is the third one. Then we have Risky Business, The Rundown. This is a really good movie. It's very, very overlooked, kind of like Rock, and, you can't go wrong with the Little Rock and Sean William Scott. Ray, pretty good biopic. Road to Perdition, romantic comedy. The Running Man, if you're wondering what this all black spine is, it's because it's shiny, but that's The Running Man. Romancing the Stone, The Ref, The Rocky Horror Picture Show, The Return of the Pink Panther, Raising Cain, The River Wild, The Return of the Living Dead, Remember the Titans, Roadhouse, probably one of my favorites. That is an awesome movie, so just awesomely cheesy. Rapid Fire, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Robin Hood Men in Tights, which I believe actually came out in the same year. Maybe Men in Tights came a couple years later, but yeah, Red Eye, that's not very good. Ricochet, that's a really good movie. There's Chronicles of Riddick. I thought I showed Chronicles of Riddick in my... I should probably put that in with the C's, but, you know, it's Riddick, whatever. Reign Over Me, Running Scared, not the Paul Walker one you're thinking of. This is the one with Gregory Hines and Billy Crystal. Rockstar, Ronin, this is the 2-disc collector's edition. The Rookie, Revenge of the Pink Panther. All 3 Rambo ones. We have First Blood, Rambo First Blood Part 2, and then Rambo 3. I have Rambo on Blu-ray, and can't wait for Last Blood. That's coming out in a couple months. There's the Road Warrior. I was talking about Mad Max before, but there's that. And here's Reanimator. That's the first one, so I guess that trilogy is complete. Reality Bites, Romeo Was Bleeding, The Relic, Reindeer Games, and finally, we have another library one here with Red Sparrow, which I have not watched yet. And now, down here, I can actually rest my arm on the other shelf, because it's like, the shelf is literally right next to another one. We have The Right Stuff, Reno 911, Miami, the movie, the unrated version, Rising Sun, Baz Luhrmann's Romeo plus Juliet, Rollerball, Rookie of the Year, Revenge, Rock of Ages, Ringu, and then we have The Ring, so we have the Japanese one, and then the American remake. The Raid 2, I still have yet to get the Raid Redemption. Those are both amazing movies. Ready to Rumble, Run Fat Boy Run, Red Sonja, The Replacements, Remo Williams, The Adventure Begins and Ends there, because they never made any sequels to it. Rain Man, Running on Empty, Riding the Bullet. We have a couple more of these Reservoir Dogs versions. This is the Mr. Blonde one, and then the Mr. Yellow one. We have Rudy, Red Corner, Red Dragon, The Rage Carry 2, Red Dawn, Rules of Engagement, Roller Coaster, The Ruins, the unrated version, Ruthless People, Rush Hour, actually all 3 Rush Hours, Rush Hour, Rush Hour 2, and Rush Hour 3. Seven Samurai, another Criterion collection that I have. The Shadow, Shocker. Shocker is a very underrated movie. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, another pretty underrated movie. That's a really good movie. The Simpsons movie, A Shot in the Dark, Shooter, Super Troopers, Stir of Echoes, Son of the Pink Panther, Speedway, Saturday Night Fever, this being the really cool kind of case version of that one. The 30th Anniversary Special Collector's Edition. Try seeing that. I'll just leave that out. Sleepless in Seattle, Sea Spot Run, Stakeout. I have another Stakeout on Blu-ray, and then Son-in-Law. So now I can sit back down here and do this other shelf here. So we have The Sum of All Fears, Strange Days. Then we have Schindler's List, the 20th Anniversary Limited Edition. Surrogates, The Secret of My Success, A Stranger Is Watching. Sleepers, Sleepy Hollow, Scarface, the original 1932 version, and Scarface, the cult classic 80s version with Al Pacino, of course. Then we have, sorry about that, that's just my computer, The Shining, the 2-disc special edition, Speechless, The Scout, Silent Fall, The Shawshank Redemption, which is the 2-disc special edition, She's Having a Baby, Santa Claus the Movie, the 20th Anniversary Edition. Actually comes with a booklet and everything. It's a really cool set. We have a couple Christmas movies here. We have Silent Night, Deadly Night, the Christmas Survival Double Feature, Part 1 and Part 2. Set It Off, Signs, Singing in the Rain, The Sandlot, The Santa Claus, the special edition of that one. Slackers, Silence of the Lambs, the Collector's Edition, Save the Tiger, Swimming with Sharks, Superman the Movie, Superman 2, I do not have Superman 3, Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, Shanghai Noon and Shanghai Nights, those are 2 movies. The Strangers, unrated, I do not have The Strangers Pray at Night, Spaceballs, Strange Brew, Space Cowboys, The Siege, The Score, some Spider-Man releases here. So we have, this is the original Tobey Maguire version, by the way. We have the original, just regular version, and then I have the Superbit Spider-Man. And then I have Spider-Man 2.1 here, which is the extended version, and then I have the theatrical version, but it's a Superbit release. Then we have Secret Window, Soylent Green, The Serpent and the Rainbow, Seven, which is that really cool kind of release there, Scrooged, Sudden Impact, Snake Eyes, and then Silver Streak. Now if we go down here, we have Some Kind of Wonderful, the Special Collector's Edition, and we've got some Saw ones here, so this kind of gets a little bit complicated. We've got Theatrical Saw 1, Then we have Uncut Saw 1, which is the one with the really cool, like, saw blade one. It's not moving, but yeah, it used to, oh, there we go. Used to be in, like, kind of like blood-colored water, but now it's not. It's the food coloring has evaporated in it because it's such an old DVD. Then we have Theatrical Saw 2. Then we have Uncut Saw 2, but it's the special edition. Plus, it's got this lenticular cover, like an X-ray, but it's got the key inside the skull there. Then I do not have the Theatrical Saw 3, but I have the Uncut Saw 3 and the Director's Cut Saw 3, which all kind of come with these really cool slip covers and everything. I really like how they did the Saw releases, like with these really cool kind of clear slip covers. Then I have Theatrical Saw 4, but I do not have Uncut Saw 4. And then finally we have Saw 6, the Uncut Edition, but I do not have the Theatrical Saw 6. But what I do have on the top shelf, like you saw in the last video, was Saw 5. That's the Uncut Saw 5, so I do not have the Theatrical Saw 5. Then we have Silver Bullet, Snatch. This is another Super Bit Deluxe version. Skin Deep, which is a super rare movie. Shaft, Shaft's big score. And then we have the 2000 Shaft with Samuel L. Jackson. Still have yet to watch the new Shaft one with the sun or whatever. Shock Treatment. The Skulls, Some Like It Hot, Sabrina. We have a double feature here. Sometimes they come back and sometimes they come back again. South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. Save the Last Dance, the Special Collector's Edition. Showdown in Little Tokyo. Smoking the Bandit, the Special Edition. Spies Like Us. 16 Candles, the Flashback Edition. Strucker Ace. Step Brothers, the 2-disc unrated version. Something Wild. Sneakers. Slapshot. The 25th Anniversary Special Edition, Sharky's Machine, Switch, Soul Man. This is another one of those kind of like bootleg-ish kind of ones, but I never see Soul Man anywhere, so I knew I had to get that one. There is an Anchor Bay version, but that's impossible to find. Silverado, Sinister, do not have Sinister 2, Spy, Slumdog Millionaire, Showgirls. We have another Blockbuster one here. This is the Sentinel with Michael Douglas. I got that from the reuse. Short Circuit 2, A Simple Plan, Storm of the Century, which is really a mini-series, so that should kind of go in my miscellaneous ones, but I just kind of decided to keep it here. Shredder, Superstar, Stir Crazy, The Stupids, and then Summer School. So that's it for this shelf. So now let's go into the final shelf for this DVD collection of 2019. Alright, this is the last shelf for my DVD collection of 2019. So there's not really too much to show because this is a smaller shelf, but I do have just one little trinket here to show you guys, and this is this Ghostface little kind of candle holder. I really like that. It's pretty cool, so I'll just put that off to the side. I think it was on sale at Goodwill for only like $1, so I decided to pick that up. It's pretty cool. I like it. So now let's go on to the DVDs here. I'm pretty sure I have some space on my phone for this part as well. When we have The Sure Thing, Sniper, Sleepwalkers, Snakes on a Plane, one of my guilty pleasures. This is a good movie. I really like this one. You know, you can't go wrong with Samuel L. Jackson and the snakes on the plane. State of Grace, Spy Game, So I Married an Axe Murderer, St. Elmo's Fire, Cheech and Chong Still Smokin'. That's one of the only Cheech and Chong ones that I have in my collection. You'll see Up in Smoke a little bit later, but for right now I just have Up in Smoke and Still Smokin'. I do not have Nice Dreams, Things Are Tough All Over, Next Movie and that. I don't have those ones. I have The Sound of Music, the 40th Anniversary Edition, which comes with a whole bunch of bonus features and everything. Then we have Singles, Stepmom, Stay Tuned, which is a classic one with John Ritter. Spartacus, of course, Stanley Kubrick Spartacus. The Stand, which is also technically a mini-series, which it should belong over there, but I just decided to put it in with my movies. Stand By Me, the special edition, you gotta love that movie. Say Anything, State of Play, The Spy Who Loved Me, Soldier, Starship Troopers, this being the Super Bit version of that one. And we go into Star Trek and Star Wars now. So we have Star Trek the Motion Picture, the Director's Edition. Then we have Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, but this one is actually the 2-disc one. This is just the regular one, and then we go back into the collector's edition. So we have Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier, which is just the regular DVD of that. Then we have Star Trek 6, The Undiscovered Country, collector's edition. And then that's it for the original crew. So now we go into the TNG crew. So we have Generations, the collector's edition, First Contact, which is the regular version, and Insurrection, which is the regular version, and then Nemesis, which is the collector's edition version. So that's it for Star Trek. I have the other J.J. Abrams ones on Blu-ray. And apparently Tarantino is writing a Star Trek movie, so that would be pretty interesting. So now we go on to some Star Wars now. So we have The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, and then that's it for the prequels. Revenge of the Sith is the only good prequel. These ones are crap. These are garbage. And then we have the Star Wars trilogy, which is, of course, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. So those ones are all really good. Then we have Tales from the Hood. Then we have... Sorry about that, my focus is going crazy. Then we have Tombstone, the director's cut, which is, the director's cut of Tombstone, the Vista series release. Tommy Boy, the Holy Schneike edition. Trouble with the Curve, Taking Care of Business, The Truman Show, the special edition. That is a fantastic movie. The Thin Red Line, Thunderball, To Kill a Mockingbird, which is the really cool Legacy series release. It's got 2 discs of special features plus a whole bunch of ads and everything. It's really cool. Top Gun, gotta love Top Gun. I'm really excited for Top Gun Maverick, which is coming out next year. Tomorrow Never Dies, 13 Ghosts, The Terminator, the special edition. Gotta have 2 versions of Terminator 2. That's my favorite movie of all time, and I also have it on Blu-ray as well. We have the Ultimate Edition DVD of... Unfortunately, it does not have the metal case, but it's got the cardboard one. Then we have the Extreme release, which once again is the cardboard one. Then we have Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. It's okay. A Time to Kill, Toy Soldiers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. I do not have 1 and 3, or TMNT, or the 2 new ones. That Thing You Do, the Tom Hanks' extended cut. A fantastic movie. If you guys have not seen That Thing You Do, I really recommend checking it out. It's really good. The Toy Story and Toy Story 2, or it's called the Toy Story 2-pack. I do not have Toy Story 3 yet. I'm still holding out for the 3D version of that one, if I can find it anywhere. But I just have Toy Story 1 and 2 for right now, and I am definitely getting Toy Story 4 when that comes out on 4K. There's Something More About Mary. Well, it's just There's Something About Mary, but they call it There's Something More About Mary. There Will Be Blood, Tap In, Trapped in Paradise, Toys, which I believe Toys is out of print. It's the one with Robin Williams. This is Spinal Tap, Trading Places, They Live, Tango and Cash. I don't really care for that movie, actually. Thinner, 13 Days, Tai Chi Master, which is another one of these Dragon Dynasty ones, number 30. True Lies, something about True Lies here. True Lies is an awesome movie, and the only good quality release that we have of True Lies right now is just this DVD. That's it. Or unless if you want the Laserdisc, but True Lies right now, as of right now, the only way you can get a semi, kind of, sort of, not really high quality transfer of True Lies is this DVD. That's it. James Cameron, what are you doing? Please put out a Blu-ray of this. Thank you. But no, really, True Lies should definitely get probably at least a 4K or a Blu-ray or something like that. But just please, Cameron, make it happen. Then we have Tears of the Sun, Thelma and Louise, the special edition, Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby. Apparently, actually, just going back to True Lies for a second here, apparently Cameron is working on, I think, a high-quality transfer, but he's been working on it for so many years, and it still hasn't come out yet. Anyway, back to the thing here. Double feature of Teen Wolf and Teen Wolf 2. Teen Wolf is a pretty good movie. I haven't seen Teen Wolf 2, but I heard it's not that good. Three Amigos, Throw Mama from the Train. And we go down here. We have Timeline, 3 Men and a Baby. I do not have 3 Men and a Little Lady yet. Tremors, I just have the first Tremors. I don't have the other, 5 million sequels that they made to that. The Three Musketeers, Thunderbolt Lightfoot, Tootsie, Trick or Treat, To Die For, The Towering Inferno, True Stories, The Transporter, Transporter 2, and Transporter 3. I do not have the fourth Transporter, the Transporter Refueled or something like that. Tower Heist, which is pretty decent. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I still have yet to get the first Texas Chainsaw on DVD, but I do have the 2003 remake, though, and that one's pretty good. That's the only ones I have for Texas Chainsaw ones. I don't have the beginning or whatever the other one's called. Turner and Hooch, Twilight Zone the movie, Tron, original 82 version, True Crime, Twin Warriors, United 93, Uncle Buck, Unbreakable, Under Siege, and Under Siege 2, Dark Territory, UHF, Up in Smoke, there's Up in Smoke, U571, Unlawful Entry, U.S. Marshals, Untamed Heart, Used Cars, Under the Cherry Moon, which is the last Prince one that he did, besides Sign of the Times, which is a concert movie. Underworld, the Super Bit release of that. Underworld, Rise of the Lycans, I do not have Evolution yet. And then we have Underworld Awakening, I do not have Blood Wars either. Universal Soldier, The Usual Suspects. And now if we move down here, this is the second last shelf of stuff here. We have Urban Cowboy, Valentine, Varsity Blues, A View to a Kill, Viva Las Vegas. So we got some more classic Elvis there. Virtuosity, Vice Versa, Vampires, or John Carpenter's Vampires. And here's Vegas Vacation as well. Victory, V for Vendetta, which is the 2-disc limited edition version. It's got this really nice kind of lenticular slipcover. Plus it also includes the original comic book as well, which is awesome. Then we have Vision Quest, Virus, What Lies Beneath, What Women Want, What About Bob, Walking Tall, Weekend at Bernie's. I do not have Weekend at Bernie's 2 with the stupid voodoo one or whatever. The Watcher, Wild Bill, White Chicks, one of my other guilty pleasures. That's a good movie. White Sands. I believe I think they might be working on a sequel to that one. And this is the unrated and uncut version as well. Yeah, White Sands, What Dreams May Come, War Dogs. War Dogs is a really good movie. Weird Science, the flashback edition. We Are Marshall. Whiplash. Whiplash is fantastic. World's Greatest Dad, which is a library one. With Honors, Watership Down, which I believe they did a Netflix series. We're the Millers, the extended cut. Where Eagles Dare. Walk the Line, the 2-disc DVD collector's edition. The Wedding Singer, We Bought a Zoo, The Witches of Eastwick, Wayne's World and Wayne's World 2, Wall Street with the award series slipcover. And now if we go down here, this is the very last shelf of stuff for the DVD collection. We have almost all the Wrong Turn movies. The only one I don't have is number 5. We have Wrong Turn, Wrong Turn 2, Wrong Turn 2 Dead End, the unrated version, Wrong Turn 3 Left 4 Dead, the unrated version, Wrong Turn 4 Bloody Beginnings, the unrated cut, and then Wrong Turn 6 Last Resort, which I believe was actually recalled. Then we have two different versions of The Warriors here. We have the theatrical cut, and then we have the Ultimate Director's Cut as well, which I believe added some like comic booky kind of stuff. And yeah, this is the one that's more kind of widely available. This one is out of print, and it's pretty much impossible to find. But this one you'll never see anywhere. This one you will, though. Way of the Gun, War Games, Wind Talkers, The War of the Roses, Willow, which I believe is maybe coming back into print because they've released a couple Blu-rays of it. Like, I think Shout Factory might have released something for it, and then Disney released it under Fox, of course. Jackie Chan's Who Am I, We're No Angels, White Men Can't Jump, Wedding Crashers, the Uncorked edition, so it's a little bit longer. It's over 2 hours, 2 hours and 8 minutes, it says on the back. Who's Harry Crumb, War Horse, What's the Worst That Could Happen, White Squall, We Were Soldiers, W, Without Limits, Wyatt Earp, Witness, The World Is Not Enough, The Wild Bunch, the original director's cut, which comes with another kind of documentary as well. And yeah, there's that one. Wrongfully Accused. And then the last one of this collection for these Walmart ones, I have the Wolfman. I did not get the Mummy one because I don't really care for the Mummy, but there is the Wolfman. And look at that price. I only got these for $8. That's a really good deal there. Then we have Triple X here. We have the uncensored, unrated director's cut, which is a little bit longer than the theatrical one. And then we have the Super Bit Triple X here. So that's the theatrical cut. I did not have Triple X State of the Union, so that's the one with Ice Cube, and then the newest one, the Return of Xander Cage from a couple years ago. do not have that one either. Still kind of I might be holding out for the 3D version of that, but I might just buy that one soon. The X-Files Fight the Future, I Want to Believe on Steelbook. Youngblood, You've Got Mail, Yellowbeard, Year of the Dragon, Young Guns 2. Kind of a weird thing where they released it through different studios. The first one was released through Artisan, but it's a Morgan Creek movie. And then Young Guns 2, once you came around to that. This is a Warner Brothers movie, so that's kind of odd. And then You Only Live Twice. And then finally, to round that off, we have Z-Leg. So anyway, though, guys, that is about it for my DVD collection for 2019. So, of course, I'll do one next year. Maybe if I could get another shelf. Might not change it that much from the other one. But anyway, though, guys, that's about it for this DVD collection for 2019. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share. Twitter and Instagram links will be in the description down below if you want to follow me on there. Also, be sure to check out my IMDb profile page. The link for that will be down below in the description of this video to see what I've been watching recently. Also, if you're new to this channel, be sure to click the bell to be notified of future videos. A new video every Tuesday and Friday. So anyway, though, guys, that is about it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time. And if I edited this one together, this is going to be a long, long video. So anyway, though, guys, that's about it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time.